Hey, good stuff.
You know, I have a friend that's not here, Don Babers, and I talk to him sometime about my britches. I said, now Don, I got on good stuff here, boy. This is a good suit, Don.
Yeah, yeah.
And you ought to admire it because it's made out of good stuff.
Yeah.
They said to Aaron, we want a God and we want him out of good stuff. Aaron said, have you got good stuff?
All right.
If you want one made out of good stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta have some good stuff.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
You got to have some good stuff. You don't want a brass, bronze, gold, God. You got to have stuff to make a God out of that's not bronze and brass.
Yeah.
We want a bonafide, certified, real gold.
Yeah.
You know, the kind that will stand out unmistakably clear and all the world will see this is our God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we buy big houses and shiny cars and wear good suits. We want the world to know we got it made. But honey, write this down if you're taking notes. You don't got it made because you got a God made out of gold. You don't got it made because you got good stuff. You got to have it made when you connect with the God that is not made by you.
Yeah.
They made him. Came out and his title was the Golden Calf.
Right. Yeah.
Stood him up.
Yeah.
There he is. Now bow down and worship. Pray to him.
Yeah.
See what he'll say. Let me tell you, I sit down real quick now. The God you make,
Go ahead, Robert. Yeah.
if he's 24K,
Yeah.
he can't do a thing for you.
Yeah.
Oh, Reverend, he's 24. Yeah, I know. I just told you if he's 24K, that's perhaps the best gold you can get a head of. A hold to 24K, not watered down, not mixed up, but it's a little weak, you know. 24K gold is pure gold, but it's not as strong as mixed gold. And you got to have a little something in the mixture to give it strength. And a 24K gold, God that you made can't do nothing to you. Try it tonight when you get home.
Yeah.
When the burden of life gets heavy and problems come that you can't solve.
All right.
It doesn't matter what it is. It may be sickness, it may be economic. I care not to try to enumerate them, but when problems come that you can't solve, talk to the God you made. You know, I've tried my portable gods, and when burdens came that I couldn't handle it, he didn't do nothing. When hardships got in my way that I couldn't get around, I talked to him, he didn't do nothing.
Work on it.
When I got bad news from physicians that this is what you got and this is how you're going to handle it, that God that I made didn't do nothing. But I thank God. I thank God, note that language. I thank the real God. Not the God that I made, but the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I thank that God. The one who brought me from where I was to where I am right now. I thank that God.
Yes, sir.
Who told me when you need me, call me. When life gets heavy, talk to me. When you can't hardly handle your own burdens, talk to me. I thank that God.
Yes, sir.
And every now and then, not regular together, but every now and then I get back to the corner. Have you ever been back to the corner? How did your God you made help you? How did your God that you made pan out? How did the God you made do anything for you? How did the God that you can handle come to your rescue? I like to say it like they said it in this church when I was a boy. I couldn't hear nobody.
Nobody pray.
Nobody. Couldn't hear nobody. Couldn't hear Sister Ella, couldn't hear Sister Mamie, couldn't hear Sister Della, couldn't hear Cap, couldn't hear Dan, couldn't hear Charlie, couldn't hear nobody. They added a line way down yonder.
Come on.
By myself. And I couldn't hear nobody pray. When I take my seat now, you don't need to hear nobody pray. You just need to be able to pray yourself. Am I right about it? You don't need to hear nobody pray. You need to be able to pray yourself. Now, in this Bible is one found in Matthew chapter 6, starting at verse 9. Is another found in Luke chapter 11, starting at verse 2. But you may miss out on those, and you may not try to be able to memorize them, and you may not know how they work out. But I tell you, the best prayer I know is when life tumbles in.
Go ahead now.
When life tumbles in.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, Lord.
That's all right.
You understand, don't you? Am I right here? When life tumbles in. When you can't hardly get the words out. You know you're educated, but words won't come. You got all of it in place, but you don't know how to say it. Wish I could talk about eschaton, eschatological, and all that kind of stuff, but it just won't come. I tell you what you ought to do when the load gets heavy. When the load gets heavy. Wow, when you can't hardly figure out how to go, here's the best prayer I know, Lord. Lord, have mercy. You don't mind that, do you? Lucy, you don't need to be highly sophisticated to know nothing.
That's right.
And then you can come up to this little church.
All right.
And if they don't understand what you're trying to do. I have two more things I want to tell you about, but I'm through. I'm quitting. First of all, I just need to mention them to you. That's the difficulty when you make your own God. The real God may show up and ask you what you're doing. I'm not going to bother. I just wanted to mention that to you. And the excuse that you offer is not logical enough to hold water. Listen, when God and Moses came down from the mountain and asked Aaron, what meaneth this calf? How did he get here? Y'all remember what Aaron said? Y'all remember? What meaneth this calf? How did he get here? I know Moses was Israelite Jew. I know he wasn't black. Married a black girl, but he wasn't black. But he sounded just like the brother. Listen to what he said.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing.
I like brother.
You read that, this is in Exodus. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You ought to read that before you go home today. I didn't do a thing. All I did
Listen.
was put the gold in the fire. And it came out. This golden calf. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, this may be my last shot at your homecoming. Maybe yours too. None of us know. We don't argue and we don't write and we don't prophesy, nor do we inscribe when we're going to get out of here. But every now and then I like to tell folk that when God gets ready for me, I got a special way. I'm going home.
Yeah.
How many of y'all got it?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Special way. You going home. Not by 747. Not by 777. Not by 707. Not by 737. But I'm going home.
Yeah.
When the bell rings, trumpet sounds, God calls from labor to reward, and says, "Come home."
Well.
Remember, I told you this on this October day.
Yeah.
That I got a special way.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice, don't it? Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I done messed around here and found out that I can get home a special way.
Yeah.
And they labeled it. This is where I learned this in this church. Remember, I learned in no seminary and at Bishop College and over at Shiloh Church and over America where I preached. I learned this right here in this church. That when the bell rings, when time winds up, when the word is out and I'm going home, I need to tell you I'm going home. Morning train. Sounds pretty good to me.